All right, so ratio tables are simply tables that involve solving with a ratio. And the good thing is every single table that you're going to see on any test can be solved using a proportion. You can always solve them with a proportion. You don't always have to, but you always can because it will always work every single time. So let's talk about some steps real quick, and I think this is inside in your notes. So choose one pair of numbers in the table, and sometimes there is only one pair. I use the smallest numbers if there's more than one, like we talked about before, to write for your first fraction. So you're going to write one fraction, then you're going to fill in the missing number and put x above or below and solve it as a proportion, just like we've been doing. So let's go straight to the first example. So you have this one, should be on there on your notes. You see it? Okay, so let's go ahead and start this one together. So it says to write the first pair of numbers as a fraction. So let's do that. We have 4/8. Okay, and then let's look at the next one. We have the number 5 right here, and then a missing number right here, right? So we're going to write it as a proportion. 4/8 equals 5 over x. Okay, you should be writing this with me, please. All right, and then we're just going to cross multiply, just like we've been doing. So 4x equals, what's 8 times 5? 40. Divide both sides by 4 and you get 10. So 10 is our number right here. Okay? Let's go to the next one. I'm still going to use 4/8 because it's going to be faster, as those are smaller numbers. Equals 7 over x. Good. Cross multiply. 4x equals, what's 7 times 8? Very good. Okay, divide by 4. This is a good time if you're not sure to pull out your calculator. If you know it, that's great. Who knows? I heard somebody say it. 14, you are correct. 14. So our next one is 14. 4/8, let's do the next one, equals 9 over x. Again, 4x equals 9 times 8, what's that? 72. Very good. Divide by 4. 72 divided by 4, it's 18. Very good. And then we have the last one. 4/8 equals 10 over x. Cross multiply, we get 4x equals 80. Divide by 4. X equals 20. Good. All right, let's do this one together. So we have 3/4. Oops, sorry about that. Let's go backwards. And in this one, at this point you can use the shortcut because we have 3/4 equals 6 over x. So how do we go from 3 to 6? Multiply by 2. So we could just multiply by 2 here. Now if you do it the longer way, that's fine. If you don't see the pattern. But in this case, I'm going to let you, now you can start using the shortcut now that you've memorized the long way. So 4 times 2 is 8. So 8 goes here. You should be writing. These examples should be in your notes, please. 3/4 equals 9 over x. How do we go from 3 to 9? Times 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. Right? You can do it cross multiplying. If this is confusing you, absolutely cross multiply. You'll still get the same answer. Okay, then we have 3/4 equals 12 over x. How do we go from 3 to 12? Times what? 4. Good. So 4 times 4 is? 16. And then our last one. 3/4, 15 over x. How do we go from 3 to 15? Times 5. 4 times 5 is? How about just 20? That's okay. Okay, so on this one, some of them we can do the shortcut and some of them we can't, right? So we have 2/3 equals 6 over x. We can do this the short way, right? because 2 times 3 is 6. So 3 times 3 gives us our bottom number, which is 9. Writing this in your notes? Everyone should be writing this in your notes, okay? Okay, now 2 thirds and 8 over something. Can we do that one the short way? Yes, because 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. But you're right, when we get to 9, we can't do it that way. So we have 2 thirds equals 9 over x. So we're going to have to cross multiply. Does everybody see why? Because there's nothing we can multiply, or there's not a whole number we can multiply 2 by to get 9. So we're just going to cross multiply. 2x equals, what's 3 times 9? 27. We divide both sides by 2. X equals, now, you might want to pull out your calculator on this one. Good. You got it. It's 13.5. Okay. Okay, and then the last one. 2 thirds equals 12 over x. Solve this one either way. You can solve it by multiplying the same number by the top or the bottom, or by cross multiplying. Solve that one real quickly on your own paper. Yep, 18 is correct. Because 2 times 6 is 18, 3 times 6 is, 2 times 6 is 12, 3 times 6 is 18. Or, if you cross multiplied, you would get 2x equals 36. Divide both sides by 2. 36 divided by 2 is 18, okay? So just in case that was bothering you, you can do it either way and you'll still get the same answer. All right, let's do this one together. So it's the exact same thing. It's just written side to side. So don't let that confuse you. We're going to write the first pair, these two as a fraction. So we're going to put 3 over 6 equals 5 over x, because we're going to use that one. See how the 3 and the 5 have to be on the same level? You have to keep them the same way, okay? So 3x equals 6 times 5 is 30. Line up, divide by 3, what do we get? 10. Okay. Then we have 3/6 equals 6 over x. We can do this the short way, right? 3 times 2, 6 times 2, what is that? 12. Okay, then we have 3/6 equals 9 over x. Can we do that one the short way? Yes, times 3. Times 3, that's 18. And then 3/6 equals 11 over x. Can't do that one the short way. So we're going to have to do 3x equals 66. Divide by 3. X equals 66 divided by 3 is, very good, 22. So this is the same kind of information, only in this case it's in a graph. So you very likely could see something like this. So it says, what is the ratio of gerbils to birds? In other words, people that have gerbils to birds. So the first step is to find how many people have gerbils. Raise your hand when you know how many people have gerbils. How many people, Kimry? 10 people have gerbils. How many people, write this with me, okay? How many people have birds? Eli? Yeah, it's 15. Okay, so it's 10 to 15, but remember, we can reduce ratios just like as if they were a fraction. Even if they're written this way, we can still reduce them. Okay, we do that by dividing each one by 5. So we would come up with what? 2/3. So we could say that the ratio is 10 to 15 or 2/3.
So you always have to write it in fraction form.
You don't always have to write it in fraction form, because we could have written it just like this. That would still be the same. That's a very good question. All right, one more. The ratio of cats to hamsters. Everybody write that and then reduce it, okay? Write it and then reduce it, and then we'll talk about it once you're done. All right, how many people got that? 45 to 30. Okay, did anyone divide the bottom into the top?
No.
Remember, don't do that, because when we're writing ratios, it's a comparison of two things, so we don't want to simplify it. We don't want to divide it, but we can reduce it. So we can reduce it by dividing it by 5, right? 45 divided by 5 is 9. 30 divided by 5 is 6. Can it reduce further? Yes. Let's divide by 3. That's 3 and 2. So the ratio is 45 to 30 or 3 to 2.